Welcome to the channel, where we dive deep into the world of numismatics and uncover the hidden treasures lying in plain sight. In today's video, we're exploring one of the more mysterious and sought-after coins among collectors of British decimal currency, the 1993 Queen Elizabeth II one-penny coin with no visible mint mark. While often overlooked due to its denomination, this particular coin has drawn increasing attention in recent years for a number of fascinating reasons. The British one-penny coin, featuring the iconic portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, has been a staple of the United Kingdom's decimal currency system since its introduction in 1971. By 1993, the penny had already undergone several design transitions, but the core imagery remained consistent: Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, and the portcullis with chains on the reverse, a symbol long associated with the British Parliament. However, what sets the 1993 penny apart is not its design but rather a curious absence: the lack of a visible mint mark on certain examples. Typically, Royal Mint coins do not include a mint mark in the traditional sense, but for a brief period in the early 1990s, select coins struck for sets or special issues featured distinct characteristics that now intrigue numismatists. The 1993 no mint mark penny was never officially released into general circulation. Instead, it was exclusively issued within Royal Mint proof and brilliant uncirculated sets. That year, the Royal Mint produced a limited number of these sets, and within them were housed pennies that, while common in appearance, were struck using polished dies on specially prepared planchets. The result was a far superior finish and striking clarity compared to standard circulation coins. Despite the penny being a low-denomination coin, the 1993 no mint mark version is considered rare, primarily due to its limited mintage. Fewer than 200,000 of these proof-quality coins were produced in total, with even fewer surviving in pristine, untouched condition. Because these coins were never intended for circulation, finding one that has made its way into pocket change is incredibly rare and highly collectible. More intriguing still, occasional claims surface from collectors who believe they've found a 1993 penny with no mint mark that does not appear to be of proof quality. Whether these are unofficial strikings, packaging errors, or misunderstood examples remains a matter of debate, adding to the mystique and collectability of the 1993 penny. As of this year, the 1993 no mint mark Queen Elizabeth II one-penny coin, when presented in proof condition as originally issued, commands significant attention on the collector's market. Prices range widely based on condition and whether the coin remains within its original Royal Mint packaging. On average, a proof version in excellent condition can fetch between 30 to 60 British pounds, or the equivalent of around 40 to 75 US dollars. However, coins that are certified by reputable grading services, such as NGC or PCGS, and graded as PF68 or higher, have recently sold at auction for over £100. That's more than 120 US dollars for a single penny coin, should an example ever surface that appears to be a circulation strike from 1993 with no mint mark, and is proven to be authentic and not part of any known mint set. Its value could skyrocket. Some experts speculate that such a discovery could reach into the high hundreds, or even low thousands, of pounds, depending on authentication and provenance. The answer lies in a combination of limited production, historical context, and collector demand. With Queen Elizabeth II's passing in 2022, coins bearing her image have seen increased interest from global collectors seeking to own a piece of British royal history. Coins from limited runs or those with unusual production stories, like the 1993 no-mint mark penny, become even more desirable in that context. In conclusion, while the 1993 Queen Elizabeth II 1 penny may not appear extraordinary at first glance, its rarity and connection to royal mint proof sets give it genuine numismatic value. If you happen to own one, particularly in proof condition, it's well worth having it appraised or graded. And if you're just starting out in coin collecting, this is a perfect example of how even the humblest coin can hold a remarkable story and, potentially, a surprising price tag. If you enjoyed this deep dive into British coin history, don't forget to like. We'll be taking a deep dive into one of the most intriguing modern-era coins from New Zealand, the 2006 no-mint mark Queen Elizabeth II 10 cents coin. This unassuming piece of copper-plated steel has drawn considerable attention from collectors and investors alike, not just for its scarcity, but for the unusual circumstances surrounding its minting. Stay tuned as we unpack its history, assess its rarity, explore why it might be worth hundreds, and examine its current value in the 2025 numismatic market. To understand the significance of the 2006 10 cents coin, we need to take a step back and look at the evolution of New Zealand coinage. The 10 cents denomination has been part of New Zealand's currency system since decimalisation in 1967. Over the decades, it has seen changes in size, metal composition, and design, but few alterations have stirred as much attention as the 2006 issue. In July 2006, New Zealand undertook a complete coinage reform. The Reserve Bank of New Zealand introduced smaller, lighter, and more cost-effective coins, replacing the older, larger bronze 10-cent pieces with copper-plated steel versions. These new coins were minted with updated reverse designs and a new portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, sculpted by Ian Rank Broadley. But amidst this national redesign, a subtle and fascinating anomaly emerged. A batch of 2006 10-cent coins appeared without any mint mark. Most New Zealand coins from this era were minted by the Royal Canadian Mint or the Royal Mint in the United Kingdom, both of which typically include small mint marks as identifiers. However, the 2006 no-mint mark 10-cent coins have puzzled experts and collectors for nearly 2 decades. The exact origin of these no-mint mark specimens remains somewhat speculative, but prevailing theories suggest that a very limited number were struck either domestically or by a contracted mint that failed to apply a mint mark. Whether it was due to a transitional oversight or a deliberate test run remains unconfirmed. The rarity of the 2006 no-mint mark 10-cent coin cannot be overstated. While the standard 2006 10-cent coins are readily available in circulation and collector sets, the no-mint mark variation exists in extremely limited quantities. As of mid-2025, only a small number of confirmed specimens have surfaced on the secondary market, with most discoveries coming from sharp-eyed collectors reviewing their change or sifting through bulk coin lots. This scarcity has turned the coin into a numismatic treasure. And as with most rare coins, the demand has only increased as more people become aware of its existence. The combination of a modern coin, a circulating denomination, and a mysterious minting error has created the perfect storm for speculative interest. As of 2025, verified examples of the 2006 no-mint mark New Zealand 10-cent coin are commanding impressive prices on both online marketplaces and auction houses. In circulated condition, these coins can sell for anywhere between 80 to 200 New Zealand dollars, depending on where an I appeal. However, uncirculated or near-mint specimens are achieving even more remarkable results. Coins graded by professional services, such as PCGS or NGC, have reportedly fetched between 300 and 600 New Zealand dollars, with some private sales believed to have exceeded that range in overseas markets. These prices may seem extraordinary for a coin that, at face value, is worth just 10 cents. But in the world of numismatics, rarity, condition, and historical intrigue often transform common change into high-value collectibles. The 2006 no-mint mark 10-cent coin is a striking reminder that numismatic value isn't always about age or precious metals. Sometimes, it's the unexpected anomalies, those brief moments when minting meets mystery, that capture the imagination of collectors worldwide. For collectors in New Zealand and around the globe, this coin represents an exciting opportunity. It serves as a modern example of how even recent circulation coins can hold substantial collectible worth. Whether you're an experienced numismatist or a casual coin enthusiast, it may be worth taking a second look at your 2006 change. Who knows? You might just be holding a hidden gem. The 1999 no-mint mark Queen Elizabeth II 5-cent coin. Despite its modest face value, this particular coin has captured the attention of collectors worldwide due to its subtle error and rising market value. First, let's look at the basic details of the coin. The Australian 5-cent coin features a reverse design created by Stuart Devlin, showing an echidna, a native Australian animal. The obverse side features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, as sculpted by Ian Rank Broadley. This particular portrait was introduced in 1998 and used into the early 2000s. The coin is made of cupronickel, with a standard diameter of 19.41 mm and a weight of 2.83 grams. In 1999, millions of these coins were minted for circulation, but among them, a small number lacked a visible mint mark, which is the key feature that makes this coin of special interest. In most cases, Australian coins are minted at either the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra or outsourced to other international mints such as those in Canada or Wales. These coins typically bear a small mint mark or subtle features used to track production origin. However, in the case of the 1999 5-cent coin, certain examples have been found that completely lack this mint mark, an anomaly caused by a die error or minting oversight. Though the absence of a mint mark might seem minor, in the world of numismatics, such variations are highly prized. These coins slipped through quality control and were released into general circulation, making them exceptionally rare and collectible today. The year 1999 was not particularly notable for Australian coinage in terms of commemoratives or major design changes. However, it was a transitional time for mints, and some outsourcing of production occurred to meet high demand. The 5-cent coin, being a low-denomination piece, was produced in huge volumes and often overlooked by the general public. This oversight allowed a few error coins, including those missing mint marks, to circulate undetected for years. Collectors began noticing the anomaly around the mid-2000s. Since then, the 1999 no-mint mark 5-cent coin has been classified as a notable modern error by several Australian coin catalogues and is now listed in serious collections. Today, the 1999 no-mint mark coin is considered rare. While exact mintage figures are not available due to the nature of the error, estimates suggest that fewer than 10,000 examples exist, with an even smaller number in uncirculated or high-grade condition. This scarcity has driven up interest among both Australian and international collectors. Coins that appear in very fine to extremely fine condition are already fetching impressive prices, but those graded mint state by professional coin grading services are commanding significant premiums. As of mid-2025, circulated examples of this coin typically sell for between 15 and 50 Australian dollars, depending on condition. Coins in higher grades, especially those that are uncirculated, can reach prices upwards of $100 to $250. And if you're fortunate enough to own a professionally graded coin, such as MS65 or above, you could be looking at valuations between 300 and even 500 Australian dollars, depending on market demand and collector competition at auction. On rare occasions, certified examples with exceptional eye appeal have exceeded those estimates, especially when sold through major numismatic auctions or collector forums. If you think you have a 1999 5-cent coin with no mint mark, the first step is careful visual inspection. Use a magnifying glass or microscope to check the obverse for any traces of a mint mark. The absence of any such detail may point to a genuine no mint mark error. Before attempting to sell or buy, it's highly recommended to have the coin authenticated and graded by a reputable service such as PCGS or NGC. This not only confirms the coin's legitimacy but can dramatically increase its value. For selling, consider online auction platforms like eBay, but be wary of reproductions and misrepresented listings. Alternatively, trusted numismatic dealers or specialty coin auctions can help you reach serious buyers and achieve top dollar for your coin. To wrap up, the 1999 no mint mark Australia Queen Elizabeth II 5-cent coin is a fascinating piece of numismatic history. Its accidental rarity, combined with growing interest in modern errors, has transformed it from pocket change into a potential collector's gem. If you have one in your collection, it might be worth far more than 5 cents. And if you're a collector, this is one coin to definitely keep an eye out for in pocket change, bulk lots, or coin shows. We delve into one of the most intriguing modern coins in British currency, the 2013 Queen Elizabeth II 5-pence coin with no visible mint mark. This coin, seemingly ordinary to the untrained eye, has sparked significant interest among collectors in recent years, and as of 2025, its value and market performance continue to evolve in fascinating ways. But why has a coin with such a low face value gained a reputation for being worth far more than its denomination? Let's explore the history, rarity, and potential worth of this mysterious and highly sought-after piece of modern British numismatic history. To understand the value of the 2013 no mint mark 5-pence coin, we must first examine its background. The coin was struck as part of the United Kingdom's decimal coinage system, featuring the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, designed by Ian Rank Broadley. This portrait was widely used from 1998 through 2015 and remains one of the most recognizable images of the late monarch on UK coinage. The reverse side features the design by Matthew Dent, part of the larger shield of the Royal Arms, a design that spans multiple denominations when placed together. But what makes the 2013 edition unique is its absence of a visible mint mark. A subtle detail that has stirred significant interest. Normally, coins minted for specific sets or purposes may carry distinguishing marks to indicate their origin. However, in this case, certain 2013 5-pence coins were produced without any clear mint identification. Some numismatists believe that these no mint mark coins were struck as trial pieces. Others suggest they were part of a limited batch intended for circulation or experimental distribution. Adding to their mystery, no official mintage figures for such a variant have been released by the Royal Mint, and that ambiguity alone drives interest and speculation. When it comes to numismatic value, rarity is everything. Although the 2013 5-pence coin itself is not rare in its standard form, tens of millions were struck. The variant with no mint mark is considerably harder to find in circulation. Reports from collectors, auction houses, and online marketplaces suggest that only a small number of these coins have surfaced in collections or been authenticated by third-party graders in recent years. As more collectors become aware of this anomaly, demand has increased sharply, particularly among those specializing in decimal British coinage or modern minting errors. So what is this coin worth in today's market? As of mid-2025, the 2013 no-mint mark Queen Elizabeth II 5-pence coin has been spotted selling for anywhere between £50 to £250, depending heavily on the coin's condition, provenance, and whether it has been graded by a reputable service such as NGC or PCGS. Coins in uncirculated or near mint state condition can command significantly higher prices, especially when accompanied by authentication certificates. Some exceptional examples have reached as high as £400 in competitive auctions, particularly when the coin exhibits sharp strikes, minimal wear, and pristine luster. It is important to note that prices can vary widely, often influenced by current market sentiment, collector trends, and scarcity of supply at any given time. The 2013 no-mint mark 5-pence coin represents the perfect storm of curiosity, confusion, and collectability. While many coins of this denomination go unnoticed or unappreciated, this specific variant has carved a niche for itself in the modern numismatic community. Whether you're an experienced collector or a curious beginner, it serves as a reminder that hidden value can sometimes lie in the most unexpected places. In conclusion, the 2013 Queen Elizabeth II 5-pence coin without a mint mark is more than just a metallic token of exchange. It is a conversation piece, a historical curiosity, and for some, a valuable asset. As we move further into the reign of King Charles III, coins bearing the likeness of Queen Elizabeth II will continue to rise in significance, particularly those with rare variants or unexplained anomalies like this one. The 2006 Australian Queen Elizabeth II 5-cents coin, specifically the elusive version that features no visible mint mark. Is it just another pocket change coin? Or could it be worth a small fortune today? Stick with us as we explore its origin, mintage, rarity, market value, and why collectors are scrambling to get their hands on it in 2025. In 2006, the Royal Australian Mint continued production of the standard 5-cents coin, a denomination that had been in circulation since the introduction of decimal currency in 1966. The obverse of the coin features the effigy of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank Broadley. This design had been adopted in 1999 and continued into the mid-2000s. On the reverse, as always, is the beloved Australian echidna, a design by Stuart Devlin, the official goldsmith and jeweler to the Queen. The 5-cents denomination is Australia's smallest circulating coin, both in size and in value. But within the large mintage of 2006, something unusual caught the attention of eagle-eyed collectors. A small number of coins appeared to lack a mint mark entirely, a detail that would spark years of discussion, controversy, and rising prices in the numismatic community. Before diving into the value, it's important to understand what a mint mark is and why its absence is significant. In most years, the Royal Australian Mint places a small identifying mark on coins struck for special sets or those produced at different facilities. However, circulating 5-cent coins typically do not display a visible mint mark at all. So, why is the term "no mint mark" so important for the 2006 5-cent coin? Here lies the nuance. While standard circulation coins bear no mint mark, some years featured commemorative, collector, or proof versions with identifiable characteristics. In 2006, the intrigue comes from a subtle die variation or anomaly, possibly an unintended absence of design features that distinguish a particular batch of coins. As a result, certain 2006 coins display minute differences that have led to their classification as no mint mark rarities by experienced collectors. What makes these coins truly unique is that they may have been struck using improperly prepared dies or were part of a limited, unrecorded test run. The absence of certain die markers or features has elevated them from ordinary to numismatic mystery. So, how rare is this so-called 2006 no mint mark 5-cent coin? While exact figures are hard to confirm, estimates based on collector data and auction results suggest fewer than a few hundred verified examples exist that meet the criteria of this error or variety. These coins are typically identified by professionals or dedicated numismatists using precise magnification and die analysis. As with many rarities, survivability and condition matter tremendously. Coins in mint state condition or graded by professional services such as PCGS or NGC often command the highest prices. The rarity is compounded by the fact that most Australians would have used these coins in daily transactions, unknowingly spending away small fortunes in the making. Fast forward to 2025, and the demand for unique Australian coinage, especially those connected to the late Queen Elizabeth II, has reached unprecedented levels. Since Her Majesty's passing in 2022, many of her commemorative and circulating coins have surged in value, driven by nostalgic collectors and investors worldwide. As of mid-2025, the authenticated 2006 no mint mark 5-cent coin in top condition has sold at public auctions for anywhere between $300 to over 1,200 Australian dollars, depending on grade and provenance. Raw, ungraded examples, if correctly identified, are being offered privately and on marketplaces for $100 to 250 Australian dollars, though authentication remains key to achieving those prices. It is worth noting that only coins verified by reputable grading services and backed by documented provenance can reach the higher end of the market. In contrast, common 2006 5-cent coins with no confirmed anomaly typically retain their face value or modest collector interest only. So, how can you tell if your 2006 5-cent coin might be one of these rare treasures? Start with these basic steps. Inspect the coin under magnification to identify any unusual features on the obverse or reverse, such as die cracks, missing design elements, or lack of known die markers. Compare it side by side with other 2006 5-cent coins. Pay close attention to differences in font sharpness, rim width, or spacing between letters. Consult experienced numismatists or submit your coin to a grading service for verification. Professional assessment is critical to confirming its authenticity and establishing market value. The story of the 2006 no mint mark Queen Elizabeth II 5-cent coin is a powerful reminder of the hidden treasures that may still lie unnoticed in drawers, coin jars, and everyday transactions. With rarity, historical context, and collector demand aligning in 2025, this humble piece of nickel-plated steel has earned its place among the most intriguing modern coins of the Commonwealth. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a curious beginner, This coin is a perfect example of why numismatics continues to captivate and surprise. So, the next time you find a 5-cent coin from 2006, don't dismiss it as spare change. It might just be a valuable piece of Australian history in the palm of your hand. Canadian coin that has intrigued collectors for years, the 2011 No Mint Mark Canada Queen Elizabeth II 10-cent coin. At first glance, this coin might appear to be just another dime from your change jar, but what if I told you it could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars today? Let's uncover the coin's origin, the mystery of the missing mint mark, its increasing rarity, and how much it's truly worth in today's market in 2025. Understand the story of the 2011 No Mint Mark dime. We need to start with a bit of context. Canada's 10-cent coin, commonly known as the dime, has featured the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse since her coronation. The design we see on the 2011 version features the portrait by Susanna Blunt, introduced in 2003 and still in use today. Traditionally, coins minted in Winnipeg do not feature a mint mark, while those minted in Ottawa may carry the W or other designations. However, beginning in 2006, the Royal Canadian Mint began issuing all circulating coins without visible mint marks. So what's so special about the 2011 dime? Here's where things get interesting. A very small number of 2011 dimes were accidentally struck using older dies, or possibly in a unique transitional state, resulting in what some experts call a no mint mark error. Unlike typical production dimes from 2011, these coins lack any mint designation, and appear to differ in subtle striking characteristics, which has led to a surge of interest from numismatists. What makes this coin so valuable isn't just the absence of the mint mark, but the extreme rarity of its occurrence. To date, only a handful of verified examples have surfaced in collector circles and auction houses. This scarcity has transformed the 2011 No Mint Mark dime into one of the most coveted modern Canadian era coins. Authentication is critical. If you believe you possess a 2011 No Mint Mark dime, it must be professionally graded and verified. Leading services like PCGS and NGC have documented these coins, often labeling them as mint errors or varieties. High-grade examples, particularly those graded MS65 or higher, have fetched extraordinary prices in private sales. In today's market, a circulated example of the 2011 No Mint Mark Canada 10-cent coin can sell for between $100 and $300 Canadian dollars, depending on condition. However, coins in mint state condition, especially those professionally graded at MS63 or above, can command prices upwards of $800 to $1,500 Canadian dollars or more at auction. In rare cases, if the coin exhibits pristine surfaces, strong strike quality, and full luster, it may even exceed those figures in bidding wars between serious collectors. If you're wondering whether you might have this rare dime sitting unnoticed in your collection or loose change, now is the perfect time to take a closer look. Pay special attention to any 2011 dimes with unusual features, particularly those that seem slightly off in design, strike, or toning. Use a magnifying glass and a good light source, or better yet, consult a reputable numismatist or coin dealer. What makes this coin so fascinating is that it's not a proof, not a special edition, it's an accidental rarity. These are the kinds of modern coins that keep the hobby alive. Every collector dreams of finding a modern error that the mint never intended to release. To recap, the 2011 No Mint Mark Canada 10-cent coin is extremely rare, with only a few documented examples known. Valued from $100 in circulated condition to over $1,500 in mint state. A must-watch coin for both casual collectors and serious investors in Canadian numismatics. If you think you found one, do not clean it. Handle it carefully by the edges and get it professionally evaluated. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into rare Canadian coinage, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell for more content on valuable coins, market trends, and collecting tips. Leave a comment below if you've ever seen or owned one of these elusive 2011 No Mint Mark dimes. Until next time, keep collecting, because treasures can still be found in the most unexpected places.